Peace. Infinite Waters diving deep once again. It's not a secret anymore. It's out now. Can I get a hello there? Is the Illuminati real? That's the question I get asked a lot on different social media sites. And okay, let's dive into it. Right now on the planet, you have lots of celebrities. People say they're in the Illuminati. You've got even YouTube personalities making videos on the Illuminati with millions of subscribers. So all of a sudden, the whole world is curious. But what is the Illuminati? We can go back to May 1st in 1776 when Adam Weishaupt created the Bavarian Illuminati, which was a group of scholars and scientists who were trying to get away from the Catholic Church, who were interested in knowledge and wisdom, in preserving it. Illuminati emanates from the Latin illuminatus, which means enlightened. I'm going to give you a perspective and what's helped me along my journey in becoming my greatest version in dealing with this subject. There's a reason why I don't talk about the Illuminati a lot. The reason being, because I'm not into externalizing my power. I say Illuminati are us. Nobody is that powerful, but everybody is that powerful. What am I saying here? That the Illuminati is a collective belief system. And once I started to take responsibility for my own life, that didn't have any bearing on my life. Do secret societies exist? Do people want to manipulate the planet? Of course. Has it been happening throughout time? Yes. What we talk of as the Illuminati, it goes back way past 1776 into the mystery schools of ancient Kemet or Egypt and Sumeria, to Atlantis, to Lemuria, where you had human beings on the planet. We were ignorant. And suddenly, knowledge came forth. What happened? That's why if you see all of the flags, they have the moon, stars, because certain human beings were able to see that we were living in a multi-dimensional universe, in a universe which had law, in a universe that had divine order. So these human beings became the priesthood. And the priesthood held the esoteric knowledge or the occult wisdom. Occult means hidden. And they elected certain other groups of human beings to govern over the masses. Certain families, which became the royalty. Now, they had the wisdom. But the masses, what happened to them? Some of them were dancing, partying, unaware that everything had a mathematical design to it, sacred geometry. And the priesthood studied this. And that is why throughout time, they had the most power. And they still do today, unless you reclaim back your power 100% as a sovereign being. I say life is too serious to take it seriously. And people can talk of a new world order. People can talk of the celebrities throwing up hand symbols and signs. What does it mean? Is it a coincidence? Do they really have power? Or is it all a distraction? Is it all an illusion that you are giving power to? So now it becomes real. What I realized along my journey is that every hand gesture, whether it's this, whether it's something else, is neutral. It is our perception and our attitude which determines what it represents. And there has been a lot of fear attached to the Illuminati. But the word means enlightened. The New World Order. I say that ignorance is the worst disease, and only wisdom can set you free. Once you create alignment mentally, physically, emotionally, you step back into your true authenticity and you start to see that you are the secret. It's wonderful. It's helped me so much. I say that there is a lot of distraction, and it is either love or fear. And is it any coincidence? There are no accidents. That talk of the Illuminati is always attached to fear. And what is fear? False evidence appearing real. More so, fear is the greatest energy vampire. So when people are talking of the Illuminati, when they are talking about it, I always say, are you creating love or are you creating fear? That's the big thing. And that's what you have to look out for. Are people empowering you when they're talking about it, or are they disempowering you? Is it coming from a place of love or from a place of fear? I say that it's not a question of, is the Illuminati real? It's a question of, is manipulation real? Because I have what I call the 5 areas of control. What are they? You have politics, which laws are created, which control human beings. And I say being free is your birthright. So man-made laws can keep us prisoners. And once we start seeing that we enslave ourselves, we begin to free ourselves. Politics is connected to the way we work. And that's also another control mechanism. But you have to ask yourself, is there a hidden hand doing this? Or are we giving our consent to allow this to be done to ourselves? There is universal law within the universe, which is far superior than man-made law. And politics goes into our leaders elected or selected. Because once again, whenever you externalize power, hey, now you need someone to lead you somewhere. But we never ask, where are we going? And then the second control mechanism is entertainment. Now, what can be used to control people when we talk of entertainment? Music. And that's why I play the guitar. I know what sound frequencies can do. For instance, the 432 is more in alignment than the 440 hertz frequency. So imagine if you have a load of musicians who are creating music to keep an agenda in place, and it's happening. You've got artists out there who tell you explicitly, Kanye West, I sold my soul for a crappy deal. All I got was a few toys and a happy meal. Because as a musician, your goal is to keep your integrity. And what happens if you sign a contract you know nothing about? That is what we talk of as the selling of the soul, which is the selling of your integrity, where you know deep down what you're doing is wrong, but guess what? You're gonna do it anyway. And that goes against your true authenticity. But once you have sold your soul, you don't care. So you realize that a lot of these musicians, the ones that are true to themselves, don't end up blowing up because they're showing people that you have to be free. But it's all changing right now on the planet because we're in the information age. Now with the entertainment industry, why do they call people stars? Because the celebrity stars mimic the celestial stars. And this is where the mystery schools come into place. They observed the stars and they saw how the stars had influence over us. Just like celebrities do. They do something and we copy. The truth I've seen along my journey is that you have to become your own star. You have to become your own guru, your own master. That is the only way to stay free. Is there an agenda in place to dumb down the masses? I've seen it. Because when we talk of entertainment, we can also talk of sports and how so many areas in our society is all about suppressing thought. But as an alchemist and a wizard, you have to start becoming smarter to see the game that is being played out before your eyes. Okay? So control mechanisms started with politics, entertainment. What's next? Education. I used to work in a school and I saw firsthand how so many children were being indoctrinated. In fact, what does the word education really mean? Where does it emanate from? Education comes from the word educare, the Latin, which means to bring out. So when a child goes to school, in essence, we should be bringing out their highest nature rather than putting in programs. We shouldn't be getting children to conform. We should be facilitating their growth, making sure they are in an environment that can allow them and encourage them to become their greatest version. But what do a lot of us learn in school? We just learn how to be a good slave. And I say, we have to ask ourselves, are we here to be free, or are we here to be a slave? It is freedom or slavery. And through the 7 Hermetic principles, you realize there is the principle of polarity. What does that mean? It means that you have beings, human beings, some of them want to help the planet, and some of them want to destroy the planet. I say the world is full of veins and arteries. That is what keeps the world going round. So we can go back to the Gnostics, who talked about the archons, these entities who were influencing humanity. And we have to remind ourselves that this system, did we create it? No, but we're a part of it, which means we gave it our consent. And the only way I've seen to be free is to start questioning it and to realize that fear is an illusion. Nobody is watching you. You are watching yourself. You had George Orwell, 1984. He said, the only way to control a population is by giving them no information or so much information they become confused. You had Aldous Huxley. And Aldous Huxley talked about the brave new world. He said that people would be in a state where eventually they would love their servitude. So once again, I've seen that, yes, if you don't create your own world, you are going to help build someone else's. If you are not moving closer towards your freedom, you're moving closer towards your slavery. It's time to be free on the planet. And then the other control mechanism is money, which is energy. And yes, the Federal Reserve, notes. This was not created by aliens. This was created by greedy human beings. And we are all giving our consent to it, myself included. So I am a part of it. Hey, but at the same time, I'm always looking for an alternative. That's what happens when you start raising your frequency. So money controls us, every area of our life. But what is money? Money is energy. So the more enlightened you become, the Illuminati, you start creating your own money. You start seeing that money, being energy, is tied into your emotions. When you're feeling sad, you're losing currency. You're losing money. When you're feeling happy, joyful, you are getting money. That's the secret. There is no money. You are the money. But a lot of us, we feel like victims. We feel powerless. And once I started to realize I was powerful beyond measure, I started to see that abundance is the natural state of the universe. Not scarcity, but there is an agenda to make you believe in lack. But in taking 100% responsibility, I saw that I have to see it for myself. That abundance is the only way. And the fifth control mechanism is health. We know that many of our foods are full of GMOs. Why would you want the whole population to not know about healthy plant-based foods? Because if they are sick, money can be made. There is no money to be made in the cure. Because then you free yourself. You're healthy, you're happy. So with healthcare, I realized that yes, my doctor may not know that pharmaceutical companies want to continue to make money. That's their job. You can't blame them. They're opportunists. So I started to look at natural organic foods like blueberries, high in vitamin C. So now you won't even need to go to the doctor. So guess what? They have no power over you. You exit that matrix and now you free yourself. I say that in questioning whether or not it's real, the real question should be, do we love ourselves 100%? Are we using that as a way to run away from ourselves? Because when you love yourself 100%, you internalize your power. When you hate yourself 100%, you externalize your power. Something is always being done unto you. When you step into your greatness, you see that, wait a minute, I can create. I'm a co-creator. And lastly, for me personally, what's freed me along my journey is to always focus on becoming your greatest version. And that means one has to have an open mind. Anything is possible in this world. Because once again, on the electromagnetic spectrum, we are only seeing visible light, which doesn't even make up 0.0001% of the electromagnetic spectrum. So we are not seeing everything there is in existence. More so, I've seen that just by freeing your mind more and more, by being open, it does wonders. To see that it's not about feeling like you can't move, like you're in a straitjacket. Did we come here for that? Did we come here to be in bondage? Or did we come here to see that the possibilities are endless? We can't see X-rays or gamma rays, or can we? No one is having the same experience. But the underlying truth I've seen is that everything is connected and that love is the greatest truth. I always say that is the biggest secret. All you need is love. And just to say, with all of this technology coming in the last 200 years, where did it all come from? Some people say aliens. Some people say it doesn't matter what they say. It matters how you feel about it. To realize that we haven't even touched the tip of the iceberg yet. The more we step into our true power, we all become unstoppable. And there you have it. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well. Stay healthy. Don't forget to smile. Peace.